All right, good morning. So today I think we're gonna start doing videos every day that I'm on the road. Kind of like I was doing a while back. I was doing daily posts. So this will pretty much start me. I've been titling my videos as load 1. I think I just uploaded load 68. 68 is what's popping out to me. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna start titling these. I don't know if I'm gonna just do video 1. Because it's no longer going to be based on the load. It's just going to be based on what I'm doing every day. And for instance, the load that I'm picking up today, it'll go over the course of many days, so we'll get a few videos out of it. Sometimes loads like this, it's not really going to call for a lot of videos, so I might just do a video of road footage or whatever, going down the road, or kind of where I started, where I ended. And then if there's any extra videos that I'm doing on the weekends or something like that, car just pulled up in front of me. I don't know if it's a driver or what, but I always get sketchy of people just pulling up in front of the trucks. You always get those guys that are coming out to try to sell you something that fell off the back of a truck or something. That'll work. Load 63. I thought it was 68. But that was a coil load, which I actually had mentioned that in that video. The night that I got that loaded and where I stopped for the night was Lake Station, and that's where I'm at now, which is kind of funny. It's 2 weeks later. I'm editing the video at the same location. Let's see, that load is 63, and I finished that load quite a while ago. Yeah, it's right here. 11/11 is when I did that load. So, and then today's December 5th. So we're almost a whole month behind on videos. So this will put me into the beginning of the year. Let's see, that's 63, so 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and then I finished up load 70 yesterday. So that's 7 videos. I'm releasing them two a week right now, which probably, I mean, you by the time you guys watch this, you'll know already what I have done. But I'm thinking off the top of my head. Let me pull up the calendar. So I've been releasing them Tuesday and Wednesday, so that's 7 videos, or Tuesday and Thursday rather. So that'd be 2, 4, 6. The 31st would be 7 videos. And then this will come out on Thursday, January 2nd. So January 2nd, from here on out, I'm going to do my best to do daily videos. It's not always going to happen, but I'll do my best. Especially when I'm out on the road. So the 2nd I'll have a video, and then the 3rd. And then we'll jump over to Monday, and then we'll just keep them going. And it's going to be from now and on. So everything in December is pretty much going to be daily videos. So I'll stay that far behind on my videos. This way I have continuous content coming out, and it also gives me time to edit the videos. I don't do a lot of editing per se. Most of my editing is blank moments where I'm thinking of something, so I'm just sitting here trying to contemplate on what I needed to say, or trying to run things back in my head to make sure I say it the proper way. So I cut out those gaps, which sometimes can be like 3 minutes of just me staring out into space. So I'll cut those gaps out. I'll cut out, I try to cut out all my curse words. I don't say them very often. I mean, when I first started doing videos, I was dropping the F word every once or twice a sentence. So I try not to do any of that anymore. And it's not that I care about what other people think. I did have people in the past say something to me, but the major reason I did it was it's just ugly. It looks like crap when you got somebody just cursing every other word. So occasionally when I say it, I'll bleep that out. Generally when I say it, I'll say it, and then I'll say the sentence again, because I know I can catch it in editing, and then I'll just cut that part of the sentence out, and then I already fixed it by re-saying it without the curse word. Other than that, my editing is putting in music, fast forwarding my road footage, putting the music to it, muting the road footage so you're not hearing all the road noises with the music. That's pretty much all I do in editing. So honestly, I forgot what my point was there, other than I don't do much editing. But I would catch whatever I was talking about. Okay, I had to retract, or not retract, I had to go back and try to figure out where I was going with that. It gives me the time to edit the videos, and then it doesn't take, I don't do much editing. So that was the whole point of that spiel there. But I do it also, if there's a day or something like that I didn't record something, I might be able to record something else to put in that place for that missed day. But of course, if I have mechanical things that I'm doing, then those are going to be separate videos anyway, but they'll generally go in with what I'm doing that day. But usually if I'm doing mechanical things, like changing a bumper or airlines, or whatever the case may be, those are usually happening on like a Saturday or Sunday or something like that. So those will kind of offset if I miss any days of the week or something like that. It just allows me to keep the continuous content coming out. Alright, so after saying all that, get on today's agenda. I'm going to Portage, Indiana, which is right down the road. I think it's literally like 3 miles. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Alright, so this isn't a great angle, but this is where we're picking up. We're actually going to be picking up right here. This is door 52 right here. That's where we're going to be picking up. See if I can hold the phone in this hand. Makes it hard when you're trying to. This is where we gotta go to check in. Let's see our directions. So we are, okay, a little further than I thought. 6.2 miles, 12 minutes. Which that wants me to go down 94. I don't see why not. Yeah, last time I went in this way, that's 7.8 miles, so I don't know why I would do that when I can go this way. .2 or 7.8. Huh. That's also 6.2. Actually, I think that's the way I went last time, 14 minutes. We'll take that one though, 12 minutes away. So anyway, before this video gets way too long, we still gotta do loading and tarping, and I'm not gonna go crazy with the loading aspect, because if you guys go back a few videos ago, I don't remember what one it was, but since I'm mentioning it, I'll throw it down in the description area. I'll add that video to it. It was load. It was a little while ago now, about a month and a half ago. It's when I went to California. I mean, that's where this load is going. We're going to California. We're not going to the same delivery, so we'll catch a little bit more of that on that side. Alright, this is too far. What the heck? 7 days, 9 days, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay, there's the load I came back with. There it is, skidded coils. Load 54. We picked up from the same location, so that's not going to be much of a difference. I mean, I'll try to get a couple things here or there, and then the goal is to pretty much get as far as I can get today. I'm not sure which way that's going to be yet. I'm going to look at I guess there's a weather app that you can use to look along your route and see what the weather is going to be like. Right now I have two options. One is to go the same way I went last time, and that's through Iowa, Nebraska, Wyoming, northern Utah, and then into northern Nevada, and then cross over there. I think it's Donner's Pass. They're on 80 in California. I can go that way, or if there's any sign of bad weather or anything like that, I can choose to go the other way, which is down through, let's see, that's Illinois. I think it's Illinois, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and then over into California. That way is 279 extra miles. So an extra 4 hours, give or take. But it drives my rate from $2.30 a mile to $2.03 a mile. With that said, if there's going to be a winter storm in Wyoming and they shut down the highway, that could cost me 2 days. If not more, it might be less, but I mean, anything's possible at that point. Or I could have to throw the chains over there in California. I could have to throw chains anywhere. I have the chains. I don't want to throw the chains. So I might end up just taking that southern route, go down across 40. I had a couple guys on here tell me about that way. I pulled it up and seen it was 279 miles. It was a little, at that point, do you really, I mean, it would always count down to the mileage rate, but at that point, avoiding the possibility of getting stuck in Wyoming, I don't think Utah's really an issue, but it's more getting stuck in the mountains there in Wyoming, especially around like Cheyenne and what's that other town over there? I remember years ago I got stuck. I didn't get stuck. I almost got stuck. I was coming through Wyoming, and they had just closed down I-80. Where is 80? 80 is down here. Yep, southern Wyoming. And you had between Laramie and Cheyenne, they had just shut it down. As soon as they shut it down, I ripped out my map and I looked at the map and I found US 287, I believe it was. And I took 287 south and I jumped over to I-25, and that brought me back out of Colorado up into Cheyenne, and I was able to juggle around it. It took me like 2 hours to get around it, but I think they had that section of highway shut down for like, I want to say it was for over 24 hours. But it cost me 3 hours to go around. But I don't remember that. That was so long ago. That was back when I first started driving. So 17 years ago I started driving this year. So it was possibly somewhere around 16 years ago. I know I was in a Swift truck. Matter of fact, it was like in the beginning of my driving. So like in the first, I don't remember. It was somewhere in the beginning of my driving. I know it was with Swift. That was my first company. I drove for them for a little over a year. 2007, September 2007 until June of 2009, so a year and a half. But the last 6 months I was doing one of their lease purchase program crap, which years later I ended up getting $1,200 through one of the lawsuits that happened with them, which I find hilarious. But my point was, I could avoid that potential possibility by just taking that southern route, which I'll punch it in real quick for you guys. I removed the tablet so you guys can see a little bit better without the glare. This time it's not even giving me the option. Okay, it finally gave it to me. I don't know why it's being so difficult. So this obviously I would never do that. That would just be asinine. But that would put me at 2,326 miles. This is the straight shot. Okay, did not want to do that. This is the straight shot here, which is 1 day, 7 hours, 2,129 miles. And then this one here is 1 day, 11 hours. So they're calling it an extra 4 hours, just like I said. 2,406 miles, which 2129 from 2406. Okay, 2406, 2129, 277 miles. So I must have been off a little bit. Actually, I think it's 279 because when I did it yesterday. I'm pretty sure I did the actual addresses. Yeah, I don't know, but I gotta get out of here and get over there and get my load picked up. So we'll see you over there. Thoughts? Well, funny enough, I was talking about these heavy-duty coil racks last night, and that's them right there. The ones that I used to use over at TMC, they have, well, this one has 1, 2, and then they had another small one right here. So they had 3, but even that one right there would be great. Unfortunately, when I was talking to you guys a little bit ago, well, for you guys a second ago, but I got caught up in talking and didn't realize I was running late for my appointment. It wasn't a big deal. I had half an hour before, half an hour after. I wanted to be there half an hour before, but I left 5 minutes before the appointment, which again wasn't a big deal. I got here 9 minutes after the appointment, so I still had 20 minutes to get checked in. But I've been sitting here for almost 40 minutes now, and I don't know what to do yet. I checked in, I started checking in, and after I punched in my number, it said number is already in use. So I'm guessing somebody back there punched in my number to get loaded. So I don't know what the deal is or what's gonna happen here. Look at these guys. We're just gonna park right here in the middle and block the lane from getting to the scale. So now I'm waiting on a phone call to have a different number or tell me what the heck is going on. He said, "Don't worry, you're gonna get loaded." Well, we'll see what happens. We're about to find out. Yep, it was exactly what I thought it was. Somebody punched in the wrong number and took my load. It was, their number ended with a 0 instead of an 8. They punched in 8 instead of 0. They probably sat there and kept trying a number until one worked. Shit happens. There's one of them curse words. So I kind of made out. It's 2,000 pounds lighter than the load I was supposed to have, but it's all going to the same place, so it doesn't really matter. Well, I got my my sheet here, and now I just got to get it in this line and go back there and get loaded. Hopefully I can tarp inside, because this is brutal today. I said earlier it was showing negative degree. Feels like -1. The temperature was 15. I'm sure it's moved up since then, but it's a rough day. Alright, so the first thing I gotta do is jump on a scale, and then I scan the barcode. How we doing? Thanks, buddy. Alright, so that guy's obviously trying to move things along. So well, this is only my second time here, so usually there's 2 computers that are sitting there ready for you to scan your ticket. He just jumped at it and scanned it right there, so We got to go all the way out back to door 52 and get loaded. And I'm not really going to show that today because this video is already running pretty long. So, like I said, I'll add it in the description if you guys want to see the overhead crane and stuff like that. Today's just too cold, so I'm not gonna show any of that today. So yeah, I'll show you when we're loaded though. The guy's got one of those felt pads on there. Fortunately, we're tarping. They got us tarping outside, but he's got one of them felt pads on there, and I had them years ago before I left Mercer. When I left, I gave them away. They weren't really that much. They're not bad when you're in dry weather, but the moment those things get wet in the cold, he was just sitting there peeling them apart because they're frozen. And just for that reason, I won't mess with them. I don't bother. I don't carry them anymore. I have I don't know exactly what the measurements are. I think it's like maybe 4 foot, maybe 4 foot by 8 foot section of tarp that I use for added edge protection. So when I'm dealing with like the ingots or anything like that, and I'm bringing my tarp down to a 90 degree, and I got a sharp corner there. So a lot of the times you'll see I try to do a 45, so it's not such a hard pull down on the tarp. But I use those pieces of tarp to protect my tarp from the edges. It's just all it is an old steel tarp that I had, or an old lumber tarp. I don't remember what I cut them off of. It was one big piece. Now it's 2 smaller pieces. I think it was like a 10 by 10 piece that I had. I do know I cut it off of an old tarp. Anyhow, that's what I use instead of the felt stuff. I do want to get some like rug material or something like that. I used to have these big rectangle pads. Those were really nice. I got those through what was the name of that company? I don't remember. Guys arguing over who's supposed to go first. Not me. I'm after all of them. But they had these like doubled up felt pads that I got when I was working at CRST from the I gotta look it up. There's a coil company down there, and I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. A little tight back here, but should be able to sneak in here somewhere. This guy should be pulling up. Should be able to get right behind him. There you go, trooper. What a guy. He's a swell guy. Alright, they both pulled up, so you can work your way into that hole there, bud. Alright, this is what we ended up with. It is not a great job, but it looks pretty good. It needs some fixing, but maybe I can work on it a little bit along my trip. So we ended up with 38,900 pounds. I just stopped off at a Love's. Where are we? Morris, Illinois. I'm hoping my intention was to get Hardee's, but they had this Fafa. It looks more like a healthier option of Moe's. They got shit, what are they and give me a fork. Anyway, it's I don't remember what it was called now. Maybe it says it on the bag. And I kicked in the back to Kingdom Come. NAF or NOF or NAF. It's got a camel on it for a logo picture. What is that stuff that's it's made with chickpeas? Hummus. They got hummus and some other stuff in there. It seems like it's just a little more healthier options. I like all that stuff, so yeah. Anyway, we're off and about. We'll get somewhere. I'm trying to knock out a few hundred miles, basically. I'd like to get down to about 1,800 miles before I shut down for the night. I still got 8 hours and 55 minutes to drive because my time paused from being there for so long. I was there for 6 hours, and an hour of it was me tarping and strapping. The rest of it was trying to get checked in with the bad number, which wasn't a bad number. It was the guy that got there before me with the 9 o'clock appointment. He punched 0 instead of 8 for the end of the pickup number, which isn't hard to do. It's right below it, but he got the freaking load that I was supposed to have, which again, I won a little bit because it was 2,000 pounds lighter. However, that guy was pulling out when I was sitting there on line. So I think I would have rather the extra 2,000 pounds for the 4 hours sooner that I would have been able to get out of there. Because while I stood there and waited for my pickup number to be figured out, it took probably 15 guys came in that time. So, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. I did decide to go with the northern route. I basically took a bunch of cities along the route to see what the weather was going to be for the week. And everything was showing clear. Mostly 40s. So, if anything, I might have to deal with a little bit of winds. But other than that, everything seems that it's going to be... everything seems like it's going to be it's going to be fine. So, I do wish I took I wanted to take the southern route just for the warmer weather, especially after being in that freaking wind tunnel with them doors open, it was like 50-mile-an-hour winds. I'm over exaggerating, of course, but I mean, it was bad. It was really bad. And as soon as you stepped outside, there was like no breeze, like the smallest breeze there could be. So anyway, I will let you know where we stop for the end of the night, and that's going to be it. So we'll see you when we get